Thì vẫn chưa khô để đốt nữa. Xong mình cắt bánh.
Gặp anh trưởng bản thì nghiên cứu kỹ được.
Đa vẫn nước. Cậu em mới đi làm rồi. Đấy, mẹ với bà nhà thôi.
Vâng. Bỏ nghề cũ bây giờ đi theo chăn nuôi theo lại anh. Nên đây là con rúi sao ấy. Con rúi.
Trời, hay nhỉ.
Con này hình như là con chuột tre hay cái gì ấy. Này là thấy anh trưởng thôn giới thiệu bảo là con này có thu nhập cao lắm. Sáng nay con có lên cái mô hình để con cho mày xem. Chi phí chuồng trại các thứ con đang tính rồi. Mình làm tầm khoảng
nuôi nó như thế nào nữa, với lại cái thức ăn của nó là chủ yếu là cái gì ấy.
con định bắt vài con để cho đi ra nuôi ấy.
À thế à? Thế cũng được. Mấy lần trước nữa chắc là Quang sẽ làm được. Nấu cơm đợi nó về nó ăn thôi.
Cái này thì thu nhập hàng năm cũng khá là mấy con nó ở dưới cái gì của nó. Cái con thu nhập cao thì rất là cao.
Tôi để nghĩ cho đi chép
Không bán thôi, bán cũng có thu nhập nhiều ấy. Yết. Này nó yết sướng nha. Cái này toàn cá quý hiếm. Cái này nó toàn ở dưới này lên. Cái này mà con nào mà cũng to như mấy con này thì thôi rồi.
Ôi chắc khoảng 15-16 cân không? Đến là nhà ông nhỉ?
tầm hơn 10 cân đó.
Giờ mình lấy cái gì thả xuống nó nổi lên hết rồi nó về tranh nhau ăn.
Nó mạnh đấy.
Nó mạnh thì nhưng mà béo hơn.
Vậy ba quen chị ít nào. Sáng bà ra ngoài thì biết đi làm gì bác không được hỏi. Em Quang đi có việc là Quang đi từ sáng. Sáng rồi bác xem chiếu để đi gặp Quang ăn mà. Lấy xuống thì mai bây giờ muộn muộn đấy, trời nắng. Nên đã đi cắt quả đi bán đi nhỉ. Bác với cháu đi à? Để bác lại áo đấy.
Ông nuôi bao nhiêu năm rồi?
Ai tí là lúc kia về sang bên này hay là chuyển đi kia về đây?
Nó phải to dần đó. Bên mình cũng có.
Có mà.
Mình
Đây toàn mua chứ bàn khiến ấy là
Nhưng mà bây giờ cái loài nào mình lấy về chắc nó không tự sinh sản được đâu nhỉ? Cái mi
Ủa tầm anh nào á?
thì anh thù luồng đó, thì này họ
Không nên thôi là bác cho họ trồng quế vào ấy. Đi xuống đây xem đi Linda, cái nào nên thì lấy. Linda đấy chị ăn xem nào. Nó ngọt chưa? Không được. Nhiều nước lắm. Ở cái nước này. Trên cao không cắt được. Quả này chắc ngon lắm đấy. Quả bé thôi nhưng mà nó đẹp lắm. Đây. Bác bảo không nên bác trồng quế vào ấy. Lúc nãy mình không được xem cái dưới này. Nhưng mà lần sau cắt cũng được. Thì bác lấy đi đổ đấy. Cái bên đây cũng đủ rồi bác. Để bác đổ vào nhá. Được rồi bác. Thế nếu mà bán được lần sau về cắt tiếp nhỉ.
mát này mà bạn nuôi cái rồi được cá này là tuyệt vời. Ít rồi. Này đây kìa. Nước nó tự nhiên. Thành kìa. Điều cô đây nó rất là ổn định.
Kẹo gì ấy? Bán cái đó. Không nghe ai lẽ quá nó. Nó thảm mấy không? Bắt đầu bắt.
Chưa. Quài đấy mà.
Một cân.
Không biết là quả to, không biết quả nào nữa.
Này mà á chả này mà khai con chị ai có dưỡng?
Chị ơi, bác cho em.
Con chết chưa con?
Chưa mình ạ.
Người nhìn, người kia.
Hầu hết một có.
Đâu phải cho con đây đâu. Đâu, mà ta đâu chứ vậy? Con này là loại có đấy.
Thôi đi, chị em còn được.
Ba ăn nghẹm nữa. Không phải thấy có thôi. Ăn bánh nha.
Bán được quả nhanh thế không nhỉ?
Hôm nay cũng bán được nghe. Từ chợ đâu đấy?
Bột này có cần luộc vào hay cái này sống luộc qua rồi.
Chào chứ gì chú nó có ông bà thuốc.
Áo ơi, muốn không đấy?
Để ra là nóng là cái con của nó sẽ không chịu được cái nhiệt độ nóng. Muốn làm ấy mình cũng phải tham khảo nó thật là kỹ vào.
Xem như thế này liệu có hợp lý không?
Nói cơ bản như thế này là được không? Ở dưới là mình sẽ có con đường đi lại để mà mình đi nuôi nó. 1.000 mét vuông đi này. Thì mình sẽ chia ra. Thì mình sẽ chia ở đây. Chia này, mình ở dưới này là sẽ là một. Mình làm 2 con cũng được. Nó hiện tại cái chỗ này là nó một cái chuồng như này. Vòng ở đây rồi. Là mình sẽ được được 2 bên luôn. Chuồng to. Con mẹ ví dụ đây mình là mình đánh thứ tự vào. Mình sẽ sang đây, cái ô này nó sẽ gọi là vuông gần vuông 2 mét. Ví dụ như thế. Có cái lợi thế là mình có cái suối tự nhiên, nước tự nhiên.
Anh em mình cũng không ghi nhận.
Vâng ạ.
Ban cuộc gặp đi nuôi thử xem nào.
Vâng vâng. Đây nó to quá. Một bồn 2 con thì sợ nó nóng quá.
Được tiếp.
Con này con đực.
Là được không?
Cái này nó đang thai lông.
Để nó nhẹ. Nói nhé.
Em đang đâu ấy?
Anh gọi em à?
Anh đang lên nhà em rồi. Cần anh đi đón không? Sắp đến chưa?
Không cần, đã sắp đến rồi.
Hai.
ra rồi. Mẹ ở đây nhé. Hạt chuột thì cái này ở đây thôi. Đặt cái này ở đây thôi. Tại nó cắn nhé, nên có to tay vào nó cắn.
Cắn.
Anh đang làm chuồng cho nó ở đây này.
Xin lỗi.
Để cả dính theo dính.
Để thả cho.
Cái giá trị kinh tế nó cao.
Yêu đấy. Ê nó bò ra kìa. Ăn cái này. Nó ăn trên đấy.
Cái này đấy. Cái này này. Để cho nó ăn. Được. Nó thích ăn những cái đoạn trên nó non này lắm. Tầm này. Để cho nó cắn ăn nhé. Khỏe thế này nhé.
Kiểu rồi nó ăn.
Đấy. Em tới nhà anh à? Ở đây để cho em đây nhé. Nhìn thấy cái trang trại chăn nuôi của người ta anh thích lắm. Em nhiều nơi người ta chăn nuôi cá to lắm, cá tông này. Cắn cái chèm ẩm vào cái này để nó ăn.
Thêm cho có nhiều mà.
I've never seen such an omnipotent mother. Take the doll home alone in the mountains. It's not just about creating a comfortable haven, then clearing the wasteland to grow vegetables. Self-sufficiency in nature. The previous location was removed. She was forced to move house with her daughter. But consider not having enough money to buy a house. You can only choose to build your own. Fortunately, there's a lot of land in the trench. It doesn't take long. Let them find the right place. They came nearby looking for branches. Light a fire to keep yourself and your family warm. After a short break, he brought stones from nearby. We're going to build a little house here. Let the girls be less bored. He's a simple swing on the tree with a strap, but just started building. It started to rain in the sky. Okay, prepare the rocks here. Just find some wood. You can build the frame of the awning. Finally cover a plastic cloth to avoid cold and rain. Wait until the sun is shining to speed up construction. He's using mud and stones to build the walls around him. He also collected 10 more brush crumbs in front of the door. The rain is not too muddy. For higher security, HOA has added an inner wall. There may be more storage space. Consider the cold at night. The heater is necessary, so she found a big stone. Combined with small stones to build the base. Then continue to build. Until we have a shared trip. Then continue to stretch upwards. There may be a fire tonight. But I want to be warmer. We have to keep building the wall. Spend time and we'll dig some wild vegetables nearby. After cleaning up, I will drive to the town to sell you. With this small income, it can also guarantee basic living. Next few days, he continued to build the wall. After applying the slurry inside, then use the crumbling stone for decoration. It could also look much nicer. When he finished, he lit the fireplace, while speeding up indoor drying. You can boil a pot of hot tea to quench your thirst. After a little rest, he stretched the onions out. There will be no more smoke in the house. For more storage space, find some more wood. Put the frame against the wall next to the fireplace. The top is paved with tree branches. Cover a layer RA sacks. Finally, use mud to smear a layer of flags, a good shelf. There's a lot to put here. After doing it all, he didn't even forget to bring the rubble on the ground, clean the dirt. My daughter also came to help. Although many people have more than a portion of their energy, 7 is almost done. Hervé wants to build a real roof. You can't always rely on this plastic cloth. So he took down the records of the house. Digging machine hole in front of outside wall, put it in stone. As the owner of the city. Because the space in the middle is too big, we have to keep building the wall. In the middle is large use behind the stone forming the main beam. Then sawing the logs. The remaining length is verified. Use the rope fixed to the main beam. A finished roof frame. Then HOA collected 10 shrubs nearby. Using tree branches to clamp into tissues, silk heater and roof frame. These jobs aren't done. It's already dark. The rest can only wait until dawn. It took all day. The roof has now been completed. Now you can put the plastic back. And then he added new mud and sat in the doorway. In this way, when it rains, it can stop rainwater from pouring into the threshold. A natural door is necessary. As long as the remaining branches are useful. After simply connecting, a door appears. Although it still looks a bit rudimentary now. But it's a good start. With the basic completion of the house, the company must also continue to improve the details. He was covered in mud this morning. Hardening of the outer wall. Then transfer to the stone powder door for higher cushion. Prevent rainwater from flowing backwards when it rains. And finally the land. A platform into the house did it. Just finished these. It started to rain in the sky. Just enough to check the robustness of the platform. Even though he won't be swept away by the rain. But the front door was muddy. So the flower came over and picked up a pot of rubble. Fall directly in front of the door. When it rains will not be full of mud feet. When the girls run around outside. Also found a drainage hole. He hurried back to tell his mother. For convenient use of water, I'll sit here for the water. So he took tools to dig sewers along the hillside. Then dig a deep hole to hold water. It's got to be brushed with a plastic cloth, smashing stones around. To make the water cleaner. First, he puts gravel in the drainage area. Reduce the flow of sand. Even though this water can't be drunk directly, but for washing ain't no problem. It also makes their lives much more convenient, and with abundant water. Hubert's going to open a vegetable field next door. You grow some fruits and vegetables. It can also be self-sufficient. Do it. Just get the soil excavator off the surface. You can get a delicious piece of vegetables. To ensure basic living. Flowers sometimes. I will also go to the big house nearby to clean. Although SAO can still earn some income from Weber. With this money he'll come to town to buy seeds. By the way, buy barbed shoes. Wood panel, convenient products for his next step. To build, photographer RA help find a free trip. I can let you both come back quickly. But you can only send it to them on the side of the road. The rest of the road still relies on your feet. Because the time is early. and unscrew the door. He nailed the plank he'd just bought up there. This light stone looks much safer. The next morning he took his daughter to collect 10 logs. After returning, digging machine pit around vegetable field, clamping wood inside with stone. After completing all the force columns of this round, you can put barbed wire on it. Below is pressed with stone and mud. Prevent small animals from running in and destroying the vegetable garden, then clean up the rubble inside. Then HOA goes not far. Sieve some fine mud. Placed on the top floor of the vegetable garden, then sprinkle the seeds and they can wait for germination. For convenient watering, he heats the barbed wire. Use him to heat a few small holes under a plastic pot. Make a simple sprinkled kettle. This small tool, it can make him do more. Want to store water better. Second, they plan to expand the water hole. So he took the plastic sheet and pressed it down. Expand the swimming pool further. And then we found these big slabs with cement. Buy from town. Put them around the pool. The space behind is too big to fill with rubble. After completion, it is very similar. The bottom uses cement to harden the top. You can use it when it is dry. To beautify a little higher. The flower is still at the bottom, littering with debris. Photography RA is the original thick hollow brick. Convenient for two mother and son to build. It's actually the HOA that built walls on both sides of the water as a ladder along the hillside for easy drainage. The upper water inlet must also be hardened to ensure cleaner water. The inside is also decorated with rubble and large stones. The seams of the board are sealed with Bates powder. If not, it's still waterproof. With these infrastructures, it can also take your mother's life to a new level. The last few days, the focus of his work. Always put in the work of building a new house. I am busy from morning to night. Just to be able to quickly get in. But there's a lot of laundry and cooking. Slowing down the overall progress. With his relentless efforts. The wall quickly has artist chow. You have to leave the front window ventilated. The corner of the wall is reinforced with some mud in the ocean. Prevent water seepage in the rain. Free time. He had to go to someone's house nearby. Do short-term work. Started some cowshed cleaning work. At least in exchange for some garlic. To ensure the most basic needs of life. I can't work when it rains. Your mother can only stay in a small house. But life is not always easy. The girl had a fever due to the rain. Make her some hot porridge. Can only go to the village clinic to get the hanging bottle. And then come back for a few more days. To have a better life. She used the rest of the money to buy some seedlings to grow in vegetable fields. Idle. Wait until the child fully recovers. HAVK. A new house continues to be built. Using Baja powder to build walls on both sides of the wall. You can raise the horizontal beam to 4. There must be one on the window. Wait for the powder to dry completely. You can put a boat and put roots on the crossbar. Finally put the plank to make the roof. The new house has a rough shape. But now it is. It's far from people's standard of living. It's not just the roof that's raining on the 4 sides, it's leaking air. So HOA used the remaining $7, blocking the space under the eaves. Now she looks like a model. There is not enough wood in the house. Hoa will go to the mountain today. Not far away he found a fallen tree branch. This will save him a lot of energy. Just got home to make some food for my daughter. So that he can fill his stomach. And with the idea of making the best use of everything, it will now be plastic on the roof. Directly cut down a layer. On the new roof. Although it is a little thin, the rain resistance is more than enough. After squeezing the stone and cutting off the leftovers. Then dig up some mud. After cleaning up the rubble inside. Wet with water sprinkled with grass crumbs and wet bran. After the roof is finished. He doesn't rest, he mixes it with her powder. Combined with mad gravel into the gaps that remain. Make sure there is no air leak in the house. The inner walls. It must also be completely covered. Girls will also come to help. Although he can do not much. But being able to help mom with her work still makes him happy. It's just covered by Cho and must be washed. To have more time to do these things. Take another day to go to work. Use the money you earn to buy a water pipe. Like that. That can direct water to the vegetable fields over here. Then use Highland tea to open in the cage groove position. so that the water can cover the entire field. Is also considered to implement semi-automatic irrigation, improve work efficiency. It could also give him more time to do other things. As the weather gets hotter, the flowers on the mountain have blossomed. Around this HOA's house, the flower digs another beautiful scenic road, but this also makes the bees around become a lot. Fortunately, it will not affect their normal lives. And when the wall is finished, they're digging a few more mud trucks. He entered the house through a window that filled the ground inside. You also have to remove the rubble inside. When he's out shopping, he found a lot of decorations hanging here. So he asked the boss if he needed to do it manually. Watching them lonely widowed mother, the boss also agreed to let him watch. After he got the material back, he started working. His hands are still good. Put the materials together with a needle and thread. It's become very beautiful. Take it back to the store when finished. After the boss checked not wrong. Is also the pleasure of paying Lao. Although there is not much money to do this, but victory and long-term stability. We live in nature, but we wake up every day. They will clean up at the door. Even if you have a good environment, you are in a good mood. Then we'll prepare breakfast for ourselves and our daughter, waiting for the stomach to work. When nothing is busy, he took the sack and took his daughter to pick up trash nearby. But HOA knows the principle of accumulation. It fits. You can exchange a bag of vegetables. That's enough for both of us to eat for a few days. The next day, he built a new house. Because the threshold is too high, he's going to build a platform on the front door. So shout for the nation. Area planning, verify the size of the front door. Then find rocks from nearby, combine with mud to raise. Inside is filled with mud and surrounding debris. Not only save time and effort, it makes the door look cleaner. See the frame of the finished house. 2 photographers decided to sponsor them, give them a door. At least it's much safer than wood. So Hoa took her daughter to town. Choose an anti-theft door. For the next beauty. He also bought brushes and paints. But the car couldn't get into the mountain. Even a big iron door. It also depends on the flowers. When we got home, it wasn't dark. So he painted it. Then put the door higher, wipe off the dust on it. You can color it. It might also be better to prevent him from rusting. After a night of sun drying. Flowering the door frame. It's that this door is much smaller than the previous one. But paste one side construction. It's not irreparable. He's opening a hole on one side of the air mass. Fix the door frame with her powder. The other is to use the other material. A little bit of filling. When finished, you can install the entrance gate. Although some houses, but overall looks good. To be stronger, she uses the remaining flour. Placed inside the seams of the outer wall. The next day when we both went out. Found farmland nearby that was harvesting wheat. So he moved forward. Ask if you need to hire someone. I'm happy to agree. After showing him what land is his. Start working. His hands are fast and his strength is great. The efficiency is still very high. Daughter lying on wheat. Waiting for him to finish this land will take all day. But when paying, he heard. I have a chicken in my house that I ordered right now. You can use chicken as a waste of labor. So he goes to Theo and gets a drive. With these things, they're one step closer to their dream life. Because cooking uses a lot of wood every day. But there's not enough in the house. The next morning, take your daughter and run up the mountain. It doesn't take long to have a big bundle on your back. When I get home, I can make breakfast. I want a more stable life. He decided to expand his vegetable garden. He took the tools and started working. It took him half a day. Expand to the size you want. How go pull the water pipe here to irrigate the soil. Then slowly think about what to plant. Photographer RA also gives them a small window. This makes both of you very happy. Waiting after lunch. Let's mix the mud and flour. For stones that were rusted outside were covered. Even though my daughter is young. Minimize sharp parts in the room. As much as possible, then you can install a window like a gate. Flow size early out much larger. Or use gravel and gravel to fill it. The new house is basically finished. Want to register quickly? Or you have to harden the ground with cement. This can effectively reduce indoor dust. With the completion of maple hunting, HOA must take into account unknown risks. He buried a drain under the gate. No matter what the wind or the floor, it can all be helpful. Through the canvas in the museum first. Prevent clogging by cement. Then use the wooden board against. Fill the inside and outside thresholds. Considering the newly developed vegetable plot is still vacant, he's taking his daughter to town today. We'll buy some seeds and materials. The photographer RA saw that her mother's shoes were too torn. Offer them 2 pairs. And take her to pick out new shoes. Then they came to the house next door. Buy another steel coil. Prevent vegetable soil from being destroyed by the small animals around. Just a few days ago, his money was enough. Go buy seeds before you go back. She even bought her daughter an ice cream. It's still early when we get home. So he cleaned up the wreckage in the vegetable garden. Then you can plant seeds inside. Then dig the chicken hole around. Put the barbed wire on. It's not done yet. It's already dark. Because there are no electric lights, he could only light the fire. To make some food to feed myself and my daughter. The next day, Haver took his daughter out to do chores. Fortunately, it's been wheat harvest season recently. There's still a lot of work to do. Just went out. He immediately found one, packing the remaining materials, in the wheat field. Even though I have to be busy one day, but still very beneficial waiting nothing else busy. He mixes her powder again. Put all the walls outside. Overall aesthetic enhancement. It's almost dry. Polish for him again. These jobs look simple. It's really time consuming. But for your mother, the best news now. It's just that the vegetables have been harvested. A few days later I painted the walls. It takes a few days to do it all. Considering the poolside is always mud. So Hoa went to collect 10 lots of stones. It all fell by the pool. There's also a place for stuff. Next to the vegetable garden do the same. Such aesthetics have been greatly improved. And even when it rains, they might have a clean way to go. And then he went and dug some dirt. Put on the chicken yard in front of the door. Make this place as flat as possible. You also need to apply a powder to the outside. If you don't get washed away by the rain, it's very troublesome, and want to make sure that there will be no water leakage in the house on rainy days. Still have to mix cement, add a hard layer to the roof. But there's so much to do every day. So the overall progress isn't as fast. Just in time for the photographer RA brought half a bag of flour. Hera instant or on that grill for them. Like food for the next few days. Daughter for getting a cloth doll that is always disturbing. I want him to use the bamboo basket. This tiny making bed for doll. So Hava used the other cloth. Fix the small bamboo basket to the roof beam. Although she looks normal, the girls are having fun. Except for these things, the photographer also brought back a wooden bag. So Hoa decided to use these materials to build a ring of barriers. On this side of the platform into the house, he dug a plain hole at the edge, buried the bungalow inside, squeezed the stone and pour cement in. Wait the next day after drying. Then nailing the remaining boards on the roof. Sometimes girls meet him too busy. Will also be actively lazy through some work. Even though his methods are not yet proficient. But it can also help a lot. Waiting after meal. Flowering color for finished fence. Make him more beautiful. The last part of the job. Even if the platform into the house is hardened. That way the rain can ease the mud. When the cement is completely dry. The water poured in early this morning. Clean the inside and outside of the new house. Thanks to the preset water pipe. Still very convenient. Then wash all the milk cups and blankets. Put on the fence in front of the door to dry. Waiting for the son to move into a new house. The front door is a bit empty. So HOA goes looking for stones to combine with mud. Has built several beds of flowers before such a platform. Later grow what can also look better. Today he went to the village to buy a lot of eggplant. After bringing it back, cut it into small pieces. Add spices to the pot for cooking. Put it in a jar for preservation. You can also bring it to the market to exchange a little income. But that's not enough. Because she wants to buy a carpet for the new house. So he went looking for a craft job. You need to follow the corresponding pattern when the chart is not seen. His skills in this field. Also very proficient, and waiting to finish this job. The money he needs is enough. So he took his daughter to town. Buy the cheapest carpet. When you get back, you can put it in the house. Look at such a beautiful house, girls happily dance. They're also here for the first meal in the new house. Because there's no rush today. And continue to gnaw on a piece of vegetable. He also spends time making new crafts. But this time it's not about money. This is the decoration for the new room. Last time he looked out. My daughter loves this. Look at this ornament. It also makes the flower feel a lot. Because the new room is cleaner. Girls sleep much better than before. Current housing solved perfectly. I started thinking about quality of life. She's going to build a toilet next door. So here privacy will also be much higher. Same as before. Use Bates powder to plan the location of the platform. Then get a shovel and dig a chicken hole RA. Then you can collect $10 nearby and pour it into the chicken hole. Photographer RA saw him working so hard. It's still about buying some building materials. This will also give him a lot of power. But I want to be stronger. Hollow part of the air mass. Still have to be filled with rubble. Wait for the outside wall to be 2 stories high. They just built a wall in the middle. Then keep going up. 2 days to move to a new house. Girls have a habit of napping. I can see he feels secure here. Outside of construction work. I have to go to work a few more days. They must at least meet basic living needs. He's going to build a bathroom in a few days. I'm half tall now. He also took the time to reinforce the flower bath in front of the door. It's been building continuously for days. I could see the journey together. Just wait for it to dry and cover it. With a new house. HAV has decided to renovate the old house. Whether it's the kitchen or the storage room. But they're all good choices. So he moved the cement. First, put the ground up. At least we can't keep this place full of dust. Even the storage shelf did before. Can't be ignored. The ground outside the door has to be repaired. If you don't come from your new home, the high and the low are not flat. Just bring along some stones combined with 7 bases. And then you can flatten the ground. After doing this today, it is already dark. The next day, after dealing with all kinds of trivia, use the remaining 7. Make a new kitchen outside the door. After all, when the weather gets hotter, cooking under the shade of this tree will be more comfortable. He made some cake with sauce to fill his stomach. But because it's empty here, the strong wind over still moved it to the rock. Then mix some cement to fix. This new kitchen looks great. This morning HOA will brush when storing water. To ensure clean water. The daughter is playing her simple swing. Don't bother my mother's work. Then prepare a simple breakfast. So that you two can have a full stomach. Then HOA mixes her powder. Put a layer on the wall. Not only reduce dust. It could also look better. There are still some boards in the house. They will use it for them. Again, there's a gradient of mud. Fixed wood plank vertically. Do the same next door. It just doesn't look very strong to be more stable. Below VA add more wood planks. Wait for the dough to dry. He'll paint the walls to paint. You also have to brush a little. It's really beautiful to do that. But considering the increasingly hot weather, the photographer gave the mother and son a leather sack. Let him brush on the old roof like this. So my wife took off the plastic. Then go around collecting 10 fresh branches and leaves, put it back on the roof. Can not only isolate some of the heat, it can also make the house look better. Then you can open the sunshade cloth, using barbed wire fixed to the frame on the roof. After completing all this lukewarm call for water, clean the cabinet and floor. Such finished pot and seasoning. They also have their own place. After doing this, HOA is simply doing something. To eat in combination with small dishes just picked. You can make yourself and your daughter eat well. The time he built the wall was another story high. Then he went into the village. I saw if I needed food and ran to help. The girl next door looks for fruit. Although this flower has no reward, but the host family all proactively took a bag of vegetables. This can also feed the mother and child for a few days. After returning, they cut raw cucumbers and marinate them. It's also a delicious side dish. Because the ground in front of the old house was uneven, so Hoa took the tools to dig around the stones. Then repeat the plan, make them look better. The girl is swinging next to me. No matter what, he can't help it. Waiting to cover the ground. HOA finds a few more large stones combined with mud crumbs. Build a staircase on the porch. But maybe it's not practical for him. But for girls, up and down can save a lot of energy. Finally using mud. The stones that are left outside. It looks much better overall. But Hoa is not satisfied. Also special mosaics with gravel. I can see his aesthetic vary online. After completing these things, back to the room with her daughter to fill her belly. To wait for the mud to dry. Hoa moves cement to harden the front door of the old house. This way, when the rainy season comes, there's less mud. This vast ground plus the stairs. It also took a lot of his time. The best news for you too. But it's just that the vegetable fields have been exposed a lot. One tree is enough for 2 people to live a stable life. Although the gravel is inlaid on the foundation and the lake is beautiful. But considering the difficulty and overall safety, HOA still decided to cover with cement. He's using the money he's made these days. Photography RA bought a small curtain, simple change. It can be turned into hanging curtains here. Overall, the effect is still very good. There's a little paint left. The flower is used to paint the gate and paint on the wall. 2 live outdoors. I just want a little bit of everything. Based on the efforts of the flower itself, I believe it won't be long. They can live the life they dream of.